Hey everybody, how's it going here? I am at the Hall Cinema 7 right now, and I'm about to go and watch Napoleon. Before I get into this review, I just want to let y'all know that things have been kind of slow with me recently this year. I'm starting a new job on Monday. Wish me luck on that. Hopefully it will go well. So those videos and stuff will kind of be pretty slow for the rest of this year and stuff like that. So just want to go ahead and clarify that in case anybody's wondering why it's been very slow. But back onto this review. When it comes to Napoleon, I think I studied him maybe like around mid or late high school. That's when I knew about the guy. He was part of the French Revolution. He's a really big figure in the 1900s or 1800s community. Historical figure, really popular guy. I studied him back in high school. He's been studied around many military schools and colleges have studied him, and people pretty much know who he is. He's a very historical figure. So when I heard they were making a movie based on it, I'm like, okay, that seems reasonable enough. I mean, everybody needs to know who Napoleon is. And then they got the director of Ridley Scott, who is a very well-known filmmaker, known for Blade Runner, Alien, Legend, Gladiator, The Martian, some of the biggest movies in Hollywood. So they've chosen a really good director in this, so I'm hoping that it's going to be good. I don't know if I'll make it in time to watch Wish right now, because like I said, everything's kind of heavy right now. It's the holidays. Things are gonna be really busy around this time of year. So, but we'll see. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave you guys off, and I'll just give you all my thoughts when I get out. This is LTM, and I'll be right back. Hey guys, I just got out of Napoleon. Okay, so give you all a little bit of a background. Like I said in the beginning, I am familiar with Napoleon's stories. I studied him in high school and college. I actually remember going to back in the 8th grade, I actually went to a French Revolution festival back in the 8th grade, back in Knoxville. So I remember going to that many years ago. So I have some sort of connection with the French Revolution and a lot of historical figures there and stuff like that. So going into this movie, I was hoping to maybe get something really huge. And the movie, for the most part, is okay. Or it's actually pretty good. I wouldn't say okay, but it is pretty good for the most part. Not great, but it is what it is. It's a Ridley Scott movie, so to be fair, I can see that it's not his best film, but it's fine for what it is. So most of this movie is just about Napoleon, how he was a part of the French Revolution War, and how he got married and wanted to start a family, and his wife cheating on him, and just him being in a lot of these wars, and that's really about it. Time is 2.5 hours, so, and to be fair, as long as this movie is, I can kind of understand why it had this long running time, because with the movie with so much historical accuracy behind it, I kind of get it, but it was still unnecessary. Let's go ahead and just get a couple of the problems out of the way, because it's, like I said, there's not too much, but it does kind of hurt the movie a little bit. One was the historical inaccuracies. Now, I won't go through every full detail on that, because if you really want to get to know who Napoleon really was, I recommend just looking it up. But, you know, a lot of it felt like you didn't need to put this scene in there. A lot of the plot points in this movie didn't feel like what Napoleon was mostly known for. And half of it was just, it felt like he was trying to be more like a villain. They treated him more like he was the villain, like Hitler in that sort of sense. And it just didn't work. And the other problem is that I couldn't get behind the direction of this movie. There is way too much going on, and I understand this is a biography film, so I am kind of expecting a lot to do with this man's life, but it just felt inconsistent. It was a very odd direction and inconsistent direction. With that said, though, the movie does have a lot going for it, thanks to the battle sequences. Are very intense and really good, especially for a Ridley Scott movie. I mean, like I said, this guy does a really good job with his battle sequences. They're really intense, really fun and engaging, and they do exactly look like something you'd see many years ago. The set pieces and designs are very ambitious. This is what I like about Ridley Scott. He's really ambitious. He's really good at taking a very good subject or idea and just goes all out with it. Kind of like Sam Raimi. He's really ambitious. He has so much the set pieces, the production design, the costumes. They look fantastic for the most part. The acting is all right. Pretty good, actually, from everybody. And while this is one of more Joaquin, I hope I said his name right, Joaquin Phoenix's more tame performances, He does a pretty good job with the role. I think he's one of the better actors to do this. I couldn't think of any other actor that could do a better role than he did in this film. And while this is one of his more tame performances, I think he fit the character pretty well. I do like some of the comedy in it. There are some funny moments, surprisingly, for a drama film. It kind of like Joker. It's like you couldn't tell if this was trying to be a dark comedy or if it was trying to be a full out drama. And when you add too many, and usually when you add a lot of silly stuff in there, it doesn't always work, and it makes it feel inconsistent with the tone. But Napoleon did it fine, and honestly, I've seen movies that were worse like that. So overall, it's going to be hard for me to recommend this movie because, like I said, a lot of it felt like it was just an idea, and they tried their best with it, but it's like you could have done so much more with Napoleon in it. But to be fair, it's not a bad one, and I regret to say that the movie's bad. I think there's a lot to this movie that a lot of people are giving it credit for, because I know the movie's not getting that many great reviews. But for someone who has some sort of connection with Napoleon, or if you just, well, let me put it this way. If you really, really know a lot about this character, and you really want to get to know more about Napoleon, this may not really grab you or persuade you. But if you're just someone who just wants to go in with a war, just go watch a nice war film, especially for people who are fans of during that time, you might end up having fun with this. I can see a lot of people going into this with an open mind like that. Kind of like a popcorn flick. Overall score, I give it a 7 out of 10. It could have been a little bit better, I do agree, and the historical inaccuracies could bother some people. But for someone who loves war films, or someone who really likes the time period of this movie, you'll probably like it fine. Alright guys, so that's Napoleon. I think I mentioned this in the beginning, but I don't know if I'll be able to have time to go see movies like Wish or a lot of the movies in December because, number one, I've got this new job on Monday, and number two, I've got a lot of one of the movies in December don't really have much to compete with. There's not going to be really much I'm going to really say about them, so I probably won't see all of them. I mean, there are some few that I'm looking forward to, like Wonka, Aquaman, Migration, movies like that. But for most of it, December, compared to how it's been lately, there's not really much to compete with, so I don't feel like going to see every movie in December, especially with everything going on in the holidays. But we'll see. I made an editorial on I made an Ubi editorial. I've been doing AI videos, so go ahead and check those out if you haven't seen them yet. What's your favorite historical figure? Please subscribe, comment below, let me know. This is LTM signing out, and I'll see you guys next time.